Well, I studied abroad in high school, and so I knew that I wanted to study abroad again in Germany. And I also studied my first year of college, and so my senior year I wanted to go somewhere too. Finding my way around, I get lost really easily. I've spent quite a few hours like sitting on buses and not knowing right where I was, so. I took every form of transportation known to man. Mainly the metro or the subway. That was the most common one in the bigger cities, but if you were traveling in between cities, then you had to take the train. There's so many benefits. You get to form like a tight-knit group of friends because that's just an experience that you don't have with that many people, you know, and so you just share this common bond of traveling together and experiencing new things together for the first time, and it's really cool. You get to learn a new culture. That's always amazing. You get to see people who are nothing like yourself, and so it can be scary at times, but it's also the most rewarding thing ever. I really enjoyed staying with the host family. That was incredible. It is completely safe and it's fun, and you get to meet a family and they, feed you, they'll take you out and show you the local sites, and it's nice to have your own room in your hotel and stuff, but that's not the real purpose of traveling. The purpose of traveling abroad is to really get to know a different culture, and if you're just locked up in a hotel room, you got a mini bar and you're room service, so I think that would be a more rewarding experience. All right, well, in Germany, bees love your drinks. They swarm around like flies whenever you're eating, and it's kind of gross, but we were at the Hofbräuhaus and one fell into one of our friend's drinks. The bee swam around in there, and when he finally got the bee out, the bee was just completely wasted. And it took it a second, it kind of stumbled around a little bit, and then finally it got itself cleaned off and it tried to fly and then it would fall back down. One of the coolest experiences that I had while I was over there, I was in Munich. I arrived 4 days before our program, and I was starving and I was tired, and I had been lost for like 3 hours, and so I found a little beer garden and I just went inside. There were only 2 other people in the whole entire establishment, and they were both older men, like white hair, older. And so I was sitting there and I was reading my book, and I looked up and both of the old men were staring at me with their beers like raised in the air. And so I kind of looked around and grabbed my beers like, cheers. I eventually went over there because he was yelling at me across, he was trying to talk to me in German, and clearly I'd only had 2-3-ish months of German at that time, so I couldn't speak very well. And so I went over and started talking to him, and his name was George from Czech. He barely knew any English, I barely knew any German, and he only knew a little German because he's from the Czech Republic. And so our miscommunication was just ridiculous, but it was so funny, and we sat there poring over a German to English dictionary, and he had his dictionary that translated into German for him, so we were just frantically flipping back and forth and like pointing to words, this one, oh yeah, that one. Go, because you won't regret it. It's life-changing and it's fun, and you come back with so many stories and pictures, and you did awesome stuff that not many of your other friends have done, so just go, no matter what, just go.